Hello and welcome to Violet English. I chose to do this lesson outside and defy the sounds, the barkings from the dogs or other noises in the street because the lesson is about spring and flowers and blossom trees. So I will do my best to focus despite all the distractions. And the lesson is focused on vocabulary, how we can talk about nature in English, and particularly in this lesson, I would like to uh, talk to you, to teach you about how to talk in English about spring. And I will give you some vocabulary and expressions and sentences. The main thing that we talk about in spring are the trees which are in blossom. So, about the trees full of flowers, no matter what kind of trees we talk about, apple trees, cherries, cherry trees, or any other trees, because as we know, many of the trees trees who produce fruits make also blossoms in spring. I don't know much about that. Maybe even wild trees have blossoms in spring, but this is how it is called. The trees are in blossom. Or we can say, I love the blossom trees in spring. So blossom, particularly this word, is for the trees which are in bloom. And now I will even come close to a blossom tree, and let's see the flowers or the blossoms, which I really adore. I think this is the most beautiful thing in the world, the blossom trees in spring. I wish it were like this throughout the entire year, the trees in blossom. I even have some blossoms on my jacket because I really love the motif of blossom flowers. On the other hand, if we talk about other kinds of plants, like flowers, which are about to flourish, we can say the flowers are in bloom. So, for the trees, when they have flowers, we say the trees are in blossom, or the trees have blossoms. But when we talk about flowers, we say the flowers are in bloom, meaning that they are about to flourish. Because I'm walking in a residential area with houses and buildings, of course, there is a lot of domestic noise, like music, as you can hear, and I think you can hear it quite well because the microphone that I have doesn't have a perfect sound cancellation. Yeah, this is a funny lesson with music and rhythm. A lot of wildflowers come also in the season. They come to life. So we can say flowers come to life in spring, or we can say nature comes to life in spring. Another expression related to spring is about the wind. we talk about slow wind or not such a strong wind, and we can say we can call this a breeze. So in spring there is a breeze that I really love, or I am walking and I can feel the breeze. So it's I don't know how to say now, not such a fast wind, not such a strong, a weak wind, I could say. Okay, then if we talk about the air in spring, if we want to say that there is a fresh and cool air, we can say that the air is brisk. Or I went outside and it was brisk, meaning fresh air, cool air, specific to spring. Then if we talk about activities that people do in spring, we can talk about the spring cleaning. For instance, people do the spring cleaning in their yards. They certainly do, because yards here, around here, look neat and clean. So spring cleaning was certainly done as the yards look neat and clean. We can also say that there are a lot of insects coming to life, and in spring we can see the bees, or we can say the bees start wandering from one flower to the other. We can also say in spring the weather is fine, or we can say I love spring. So if you need to go on a trip or on a walk with your friends, then you might need some of this spring vocabulary, and you can easily use it. We can also say that the grass is so green when spring comes, and there are a lot of tiny flowers everywhere around. As you can see, I'm just turning the camera now for you to see the grass and the tiny flowers that are everywhere. I invite you to repeat the sentences that I gave you and the vocabulary, and this way you can easily use these words and sentences to talk about spring and nature. And with this, I see you in the next video. Goodbye.